Okay. So, Vancouver Titans rolling out on this soldier? Please, dear God, what is this gloriousness? What is this composition from Vancouver? What? What is going on? Okay, so we got Mercy, Ana, and then Hammond, triple DPS with the Pharah Soldier Sombra. Vancouver did manage to get the high ground, which means that Stitch is going to be getting a lot more value than Adora. And it's also going to make Assassin's life a lot more difficult on the Pharah. And IDK is going to have to be like really careful with his positioning, especially since they have Twilight and Stitch. You know, if IDK finds himself out of position pretty much at any point in time, he can get crushed pretty quickly there. There's Adora trying his best, but he's on the low ground. Off-screen bumper dies. Ooh, nice. That was really good. Bebe kind of just started putting some shots into Stitch right as Gushue swung up to the high ground to burst him down. And Bebe gets a finishing blow on Haksal with the sleep. Very nice. I got it. Are they staying on this for the retake? So this is going to be really, really hard for the Vancouver Titans to retake, if I'm interpreting these compositions correctly. Yes, they have Nana, which can kind of like force their way in, but the Pharah already has whatever position she wants, and the Soldier has the high ground. So there's like two people that you're going to have to try and like force out, and a Nano Boost is going to like maybe reclaim the high ground, which should go out right now-ish? No? They're going to hold on to it? Okay, so they tried to clear without the Nano, and they're doing Nano Visor instead. So they get Sasson. 2 ultimates for 1 kill. Huge. 2 kills. Visor coming out from Adora. I think he's going to drop, probably. IDK barely surviving. Haksal is antied. Adora gets destroyed. Bebe's in trouble. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure if it was like a bluff or something that they were going to use the Nano of some variety, but come on, Stitch. Figure eights, figure eights. Huge. They get out. Okay. This is interesting. I'm just going to watch and try and figure out what their plans are. Because I haven't scrimmed against these. I haven't analyzed it. This is new, and it's interesting. What is happening? Where are my goats?
Not going to lie, I feel like in this stage every team is mutually agreeing to not play goats until one team inevitably gets desperate at the end of each map.
Good. Barrier comes out to block him. It was good because it went on to like both tanks, and both tanks' ultimates can kind of like be interpreted as a way to keep themselves alive, like an extra life or a second chance. You know, give it 1,000 extra health or give yourself just an entirely new mech. Oh, huge! No, Adora, get out! Get out, Adora! Oh. No. He successfully achieved and staggered himself longer. Kuzu with the 500 bits says, not gonna lie, I feel like in this stage, every team is mutually agreeing to not play goats until one team inevitably gets desperate. So goats is like a great one because it's super, super strong in the neutral without ultimates against the vast majority of compositions that are not goats. So it can be interpreted that way, but it is just kind of like the correct decision. Especially since Goats doesn't require any setup and you can just like usually W into the enemy team with moderate success in overtime situations. It's a pretty safe bet. Okay, so they have Nano. Vancouver has the Nano Visor again. And a bomb as well. No IDK! You couldn't wall ride high enough, fast enough. Is Nano Visor back? Nano Visor meta returns. Reminds me of like before the triple tank meta of season 3 arrived with Ana. The meta like right after Ana's release was Nano Visors literally everywhere. Season 3 competitive. That's what it was. Don't think Diva had been reworked at that point in time either, so she wasn't even as strong. It was just Nanovisor after Nanovisor after Nanovisor. Nice. Very interesting. So two a soldier mirror match rollout on Oasis. That's City Center? Yeah. Fascinating. Fascinating stuff so far. Okay, Titans running Ana goats, and Spark is running triple DPS with the Tracer instead of the Soldier. Okay, so this is... Both things have become much more familiar to us. Haxall just trying to zone out the mini. Interesting positioning from Stitch here, being a little bit split. Bubble onto Bumper should get him some energy. Twilight's super low, had to use his nade on himself, so they don't have that to go offensive. And first flip goes to Vancouver. They do have the Goats composition, so that's not overly surprising. Twilight juking out some sauce and rockets. Are they going to hard commit on that? Maybe? I don't know where Hammond is right now. Where is Gouchwei? Oh, Gouchwei did end up in the backline. I didn't see his jump, but I was like, they can't really commit on that without Gouchwei going in. But I couldn't find him because he was already in. Bumpers should be dead here. And anytime you're looking at kind of like giving up the first point cap and then retaking, which is very common on things like Nepal Village or something like that variety, where if somebody's playing Goats and you rolled out on like double spam or something like that, then it's fine to give them the first point. Usually you want to take it back below 20%, but 22% for Hanzhou is not the end of the world either. Okay, Vancouver's going to McCree. Now, this is like really fascinating about whether or not this is going to work, especially since they're on the Ana instead of the Zenyatta. So they can't like Discord the Mercy or the Pharah. They do have the McCree, but McCree is not really a character that can freely position himself around the map like a Pharah, like a Tracer, like a Sombra can. He needs the assistance of tanks to keep him up. And for the majority of the time, while they're positioning, posturing, maneuvering, anything like that, he's not going to have great sightlines from which he can work. Does kind of like peek in. I'm not sure if Sassen didn't know that Stitch was there because he could have very easily zoned him out of that doorway. Adora has the pulse bomb. Is he going to use it on Bumper? Oh, a Nano Boost doesn't even need it anymore. Oh, you know what? That's a huge fall off with the Nano on the bomb. Pretty crazy. Usually, like a Nano bomb does 600 damage. Is that correct? It's very, very easy to one-shot a tank, and very easy to stick a tank, too. So the nano bomb onto, like, squishies is if you miss it, the fall-off range just makes the chance of getting, like, an indirect kill with it much better. There's the recall already out. And they just take it back for free. Okay. Not really that odd. Like, Monty and Dill are talking about it was odd they just gave it up. Like, it's fine if they're playing this composition because they want to, like, more manipulate map control and positioning, but Jonu just off-screen killing 3, casually, noted. Now, Hanzhou, if Hanzhou wants to be smart here, they swap immediately to Reinhardt Goats. 3, 2, 1? Winston Sombra Goats, okay. I'm not sure why Winston Sombra Goats. Are they just going to play for EMP or something? This is a replay of the triple kill. Okay, wasn't that impressive. So Hanzhou, instead of going to Reinhardt Goes, which would have made this probably pretty easy, go on to Sombra Winston. So they do have the EMP, because Godsby was at 60% here. So they're going to be playing off of ultimates. Slime either has to juke this, or something of that variety. What is going on down here? Spark, what are you doing? And, like, when you're talking about the best counters to Sombra, other than just kind of, like, Goats itself, the second best is probably just going to be McCree and Brigitte, because you can stun the EMP, you can flash the EMP. If you get Rally up, that's going to persist through. I don't really like this swap from the Spark. I think they should have just gone Reinhardt Goats and just run over the Vancouver Titans, but hey. Okay, IDKs. There's no way IDK gets hit by this EMP. What are you doing, Godsby? Gouchwei, no! Gouchwei survives! Okay. I'm so glad you stayed on Sombra. Oh. They threw that so hard. They could have gone to map 3. Wow. They threw that so hard. They could have just gone Reinhardt goats. They were like, oh. This is just. Wow. That was something else. Oof. Oof. Playing Sombra goats. Getting initiated on by McCree Brigida Anna. Losing your mech before the engagement. EMPing a McCree and not hitting a Lucio who counter barriers your EMP, and you died during the EMP. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a tilter right there. That is a tilter. The Titans don't even look impressive because they don't have to. Yeah, that was. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna need a drink after having been put through that. Are we back? Why is the audio channel messed up? It's back to the right audio channel? What? Oh.
But you'll take that trade if you're the Vancouver Titans. 1-for-1, excellent for you with a faster respawn, but there's the resurrection coming in. ID key there.
Why run the Arisa McCree and then not have the McCree stay in a safe place?
They were trying to fool them into thinking they had a long-range hit scanner, a Bastion, I think, and so that's why when the Wrecking Ball rolled in, they killed it. But what is Roy going to do right now against this?
Running to the point as fast as he can. Oh, Janu misses the grappling hook. Could have maybe finished him off with a hit, actually, there. Meanwhile.
Test. Oh! Did we fix it? I think we fixed it, chat.
Take down Bumper, so nice kill in the McCree versus Hanzhou duel.
I mean, is this? I guess this comp is just supposed to be as confusing and chaotic as possible.
Apparently.
Because they're, I mean, right now the Spark are covering all the corridors
Okay.
into the map. And
That was weird.
Vancouver Titans are losing some of these 1v1s.
Sorry about that, chat.
What we talked about on the first map, actually, is that Spark was winning
Breaking up?
those 1v1s, but they were losing the overall team play. So, I mean, just do a comp, I guess, that forces you into a lot of small skirmishes.
Sleep dart.
Oh, hello. Oh, well, it's a nice thing to see when you come around the doorway. Saucing out of the way, here comes a Deadeye. Can he find anybody?
That's just to cover the resurrection,
I would imagine.
which they didn't get. And then
Then they lost IDK. Bumper down, though. Adora finds another one. Gushue has like 0 health, and it is the Titans. Coming out
Okay,
so
check.
far of this
Test.
Let's be, taking
Still
out
cutting in and out?
Can't even get down to defend the point, and that should be A going to the Titans.
that looked like another sleep dart onto IDK during the resurrection animation. What a strange composition. I'm not sure what that was supposed to accomplish, because the problem they were running into is that the ideal counter for that was Ryan 3-3. So why would you force the Titans to play Ryan 3-3? That seems
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
contradictory to your desires.
Play Ryan 3-3, just walk into the point, and you're like, all right, come at me, you know?
You don't want to force the best Ryan
New
3-3
rule.
in the league.
No sneezing on stream frown.
Apparently.
Godsby now on
No
position.
sneezing.
Positioning
Test.
on the point, trying to rotate around where the Vancouver Titans will be unable to deal with this. And Vancouver might have some trouble, but
Especially with the supercharger. Bumper field's going to evaporate immediately.
Okay.
here.
trying to pull him out. Great biotic grenade there. No healing for Bumper. Didn't even get a tick on the point, so things going well.
Now this
Vancouver Titans are just stuck there now. How do they get their Reinhardt back into the mix?
I don't know.
Check.
This is an interesting map. They're going to just try
I think this is working now? I don't think I'm cutting out anymore.
Yeah, they have to. They have to cover this doorway on the high ground so that Reinhardt can rejoin the
Okay, so I'm just going to be talking for longer to make sure that I'm not breaking up. I have no idea what happened. I am so sorry, chat. That was weird.
Justin Bumper here. He's got to back off right now in that corridor.
It was very weird. Okay,
what they're going to do.
we're back at it.
Spark in that doorway. Janu gets an end.
Jayne, your fridge.
Yeah, that's right. And it's going to be the Self-Struck soon. No, Gatsby goes configuration tank. Oh, sleep dart from Twilight again. Push back. It was enough disruption that they got him, but they lost.
Okay, what are we looking at here? It's too bad because I missed like one of the best games. Titans versus Hanzhou. Okay, so Vancouver Titans playing. So the Vancouver Titans are like really favoring the Ana goats over Zenyatta goats. That's interesting to see already. And Hanzhou was playing the Orisa Baptiste with the Tracer. You're watching a train wreck, a beautiful train wreck, okay?
Spark can't get back to the point. It's a pretty fast attack for the Titans.
Okay. So yeah, like probably one of the more interesting things just that I'm seeing so far is that Vancouver Titans seems to be preferring Ana Goats over Zenyatta Goats. Doesn't look like they're doing it to swap. Looks like they just like that in the neutral better. Okay, what do you got for us this time? Hanzhou on the attack, running triple DPS double sniper, but it probably just a scout. So they've scouted that the Titans are running Winston, Ana, Goats defense, and they're going to be swapping to probably Pharah or Rhine Goats or Ball Goats or Rhine Goats. There we go. To be fair, Ball Goats isn't actually as probably as weak and memey as one might imagine. Ba-da-ba-ba. So Ball Goats, especially for like destroying Winston Goats, depending on the map, can be pretty good. Why the Resident Sleeper? Do you just not like Overwatch or what? If you just put Resident Sleeper and nothing else, I can't tell whether you're serious and you want me to do something different or not. Twilight, looking for that kill shot, not gonna find it. Okay, where are we at here?
One more kill, we might see them reset. If a grenade comes in from Twilight.
Oh, you're Resident Sleepering because of goats. At least make your copy pasta interesting then. Okay, I'll let you guys in on a little bit of a secret here. Anytime a streamer sees Resident Sleeper in chat, they assume it's about their stream, and they become really self-conscious. No personal experience at all, but
You do have to marvel at the Titans' timing and prowess, though, because look at how they did that. So once they see
you can hear the
Gushway's
audio.
gone and they
Stop. Go away, audio.
they wait for him to respawn, but not until he has enough time to get there. Generate primal rage, then win another fight. They are just excellent.
Any awakers in the chat?
Amount of time off the clock, and as you can see, it's already down to about half the time left. Nearly only 2 minutes remaining here for the Spark, and that's
Twilight looking for that sneaky ante. Good job for the spectators for recognizing this. They know! Chat, they know! Bam. Got Gushway. Countergrav. Barrier. Bomb. Bumper have a bubble? Oh no! Hexel died to that. It's pretty crazy how many assists now show up in the kill feed. I want a first-person perspective of a Gushway Primal at some point during this match.
you can tell when the Vancouver Titans are feeling confident because they'll try things like that. They try and get surprising and win harder. Sometimes it works.
Long-time lurker, first-time dono.
lurker.
Oh, it's a
First-time
TTS.
dono. Wanted to support the amazing content. Question: how does improve game sense? I tunnel vision what am doing the vast majority of the game.
I'll talk about that after this round. Okay, defense still sticking to the Ana. I wonder how many teams are going to be looking at Vancouver. I just like this happens in contenders in tier 3 a lot, and especially in like amateur teams who like see what the pros do. Is that like I just know that some people are going to be looking at Vancouver playing Ana Goats, and they're going to be like, Ana Goats is the new meta, without understanding like why Vancouver is electing to use Ana in the first place. So, like, or like what they're actually using, what their plays are on Ana. It's and maybe Vancouver, then their next map, they just won't play Ana ever again. So it is curious, I suppose, that the Vancouver Titans are kind of so heavily committed into playing the Ana instead of the Zenyatta in Goats. But it's not abundantly clear yet, because so far I haven't seen really any playstyle differences compared to the last time Ana Goats was popular. I actually have a theory, which I'm going to share later. Bumper's low. Rally's going to be used to force something to happen. They're going to respond to Rally with with Transcendence and Graviton. And then the bomb's going to be coming up late. The hammer doesn't find anyone. Stitch gets killed by the bomb, though. Oh, I thought Gushway was going to be surviving Janu's bomb because he was longer or far away enough, but I guess not. Godsby is okay. Twilight's in a good position. And that's going to be another reset for Spark. It's very, very possible. Like, remember when we were talking about the circle of counters earlier with how Moira originally was better than Zenyatta, but Ana was better than Moira? It's very possible because of the increase in the number of high DPS compositions and things that can counter goats now, that Ana is the better middle of the road pick, is still good and can win against Zenyatta goats, although not at like a 55 instead of like a 60% win rate or something like that, or I don't know, like not a big difference, but it is a little bit better, but will also be a lot better at being able to kind of heal up attacks from multi DPS compositions. So it could just be kind of like one of those circle of counter decisions. Nice slam. It's very possible. Zen got nerfed, though, but not enough to really matter. Like, Zen's nerf went down to 25% instead of 30 Discord damage. But the thing is, like, Zenyatta's continuous output for landing left clicks is 120 damage per second. It's 120. Pretty crazy. No, sorry, it's not 120. It's 150, isn't it? What is it? No, because his single target headshot is 120. His overall like continuous damage output. I'm messing with my brain. I know these numbers, but I don't know why I can't get them right now. It's 300 for continuous headshots. Right, that's what it is. Thank you. It's 300 for continuous headshots. And it's 150 for continuous body shots. Thank you, chat. Doe is just tripping over his words. Okay. Now the other question, so now that we know that like Vancouver Titans are going to be using the Ana Goats, even though they're not like swapping it, they don't have to swap off to it, because if they do go to Zen, that's easier to abuse, I suppose, maybe. This is going to be my working hypothesis. We're going to be calling this a working hypothesis, in that this is why they're playing Ana. And then the next question we have to kind of like figure out is, how are they going to be using the Nano Boost? So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can use Nano Boost. You can use it in order to try and like combo people and kill everything, or you can use it for ult rotations. So ult rotations are like, this fight we shatter, next fight we grab, the fight after that we shatter, the fight after that we grab. So ults, like Nano Boost, can speed up the ult rotation. And so we want to see if that's how they're using Nano Boost. If they're using Nano Boost purely to like, nano the Zarya to finish shield break, and then you can do a mix, or to like nano the Reinhardt to survive and have people like baited in by it.
Hi Jayne.
Hi.
Long time viewer, first donation on Twitch ever. I wanted to know your opinion on websites like Overbuff. I used it to push myself from silver to diamond playing Zarya only, and I'm now ranked as top 2% Zarya in the world. Also, your coaching has helped me so much. Thanks for everything you do for the community, and keep up the great content.
Thanks, bud. Congratulations on making it to diamond. Are they going to finish the cap here? Hawksall going for a sound barriered Brigitte. That's not going to work out pretty well. Bumper's about to die. Janu not long afterwards. Huge sound barrier from Slime. It's hammered! Okay, so we're going for extra rounds. So your question, what do I think of Overbuff? So I think Overbuff is like a tool that you can use, definitely, but it shouldn't be the end-all, be-all. And especially people kind of like talking about themselves being like the, the top 1% of Winston players on Overbuff or something like that. One of the weird things about Overbuff is that it very, very heavily weights time played on a hero. So if you're early into like a new competitive season and you play like 8 hours of one hero in the first couple of days and you're ranked Grandmaster, the chances of you being like the #1 player on that hero, or like at least in the top 10, is extremely high. So I don't put like any kind of weight into the actual like rankings of it, but it can be a good tool for you to like identify what you're strong at, what you're weak at, and comparing the distribution of your stats. For example, on like Ana or Zenyatta, you could be like, okay, I heal about 7,000 per 10 minutes and I damage about 5,000 per 10 minutes. What are those values compared to a Grandmaster, and what is the ratio? If a Grandmaster is doing like 9,000 and 7,000 to your 7,000 and 5,000, then he's doing, just 2,000 more of both throughout a game. But if you're like healing 10,000 and damaging 5,000, and all of the Grandmasters are sitting at like 6,000 of each or 7,000 of each, then that might indicate that you've got a bit of a different play style or something that you could change about the hero. So it's a tool to identify issues. It's not an alternative leaderboard.
Pretty good for the Vancouver Titans. They're going to check things out with a wrecking ball once again.
Okay. Vancouver going for some scouts with the Widowmaker. They'll probably... What are they going to do?
Defense is supposed to accomplish here as, of course,
Mercy Goats, PogChamp, Moira Goats. Okay, so they're going for Moira Goats. God, interesting, fascinating, curious, peculiar. Hanzhou is playing the McCree. McCree, Tracer, Farah, Orisa. My fucking head, man. What is this comp? What is this comp? And what stops Titans from just Wing it over it?
Trying to fight this team one-on-one. There's just so much health to work through with all those squishy DPS on the Spark side. That's going to be Gushway going down. What do you do if you're the Spark now?
it's like the Spark have created the perfect composition to play Rhine Goats against.
I know. It's like, that's it, man. I mean,
What?
it's one of those things where you load up the gift.
Did you hear what Monty just said? I like that the Hanzhou Spark have specifically created a composition suited for being played, like for Reinhardt Goats to be playing again. Whatever they said, I don't even remember what he said, but he said they found like the perfect comp for Reinhardt Goats to play against. Yeah, true story. That was Monty described that perfectly. Monty described that perfectly. It's kind of like, let's make a composition where the only counter to it is Reinhardt Goats. Perfect! We have discovered the ultimate meta. Oh, that was that Doa. My bad. My bad. Okay. Wasn't it Hanamura? We just played Hanamura. It was King's Row. I looked at the wrong name. Okay. And intermission is over. Focus again. Perfect. You guys are totally fine with it like that. Chad, I don't feel so good.
They're going to go back and swap. Okay.
So they see the Rhine 3-3, and now they're going to switch over to
Good enough.
Rhine 3-3. So they're going to take away the Sombra right now.
Hey, I took off my glasses. Okay, Titans playing Ana Goats again. Okay, so we're going to try and chat. It's mission, find out why Vancouver is playing Ana. So are they going to be like, so how are they using the nades? For example, are they trying to, the first thing that we want to take a look at is Twilight playing in the backline or trying to play at like a little bit of an off angle? Now this is King's Row. It is very linear, so it's going to be harder for Twilight to find some kind of like flank angle. But if he is playing like a lot closer, it's more likely that he's just going to be using the nade to keep Bumper up. Okay, Bebe just putting a ton of damage into Bumper as much as he can. Bumper charging in. The old shotgun maneuver. Charge in and then buff Bumper and anti anybody else who tries to punish him. They lose Stitch though, and that's a lot of damage gone. Bumper going for another charge in the counterpin, but he gets still heated. Okay. So far, Zenyatta Goats is beating Ana Goats. Interesting. Twilight kept using the nades for buffs, not for antis. And what did he use nano on? I didn't see it. Chad, who did he nano? Who did he nano, Chad? Are we still slightly out of focus? That's annoying. I wonder if I can autofocus here. Autofocus on me. Thank you. Manual focus on. Perfect. Should have just done that in the first place. Brig was nano. Thank you. That's interesting. Did Brig get nanoed with Rally or in order to get Rally? Like, was it a Rally play or was it to like, what was the nano for? Bumper's shield is down. Ooh, huge anti. But nobody's following up. Like, it's not that nobody's following up, it's that they can't follow up. You think he missed Bumper. So you guys think it was a mistake that Twilight didn't actually mean to nano Haksal. Okay. Who are you going to nano this time, Twilight? And where are you playing? So Twilight's playing a little bit more main. Not very push far up. Okay. On the flank. Could be going for a big ante. Trying to go for a sleep. Holding on to it, both Anti and Nano, for quite a while. A second one onto Hawksall during the rally. This is probably like an abnormal situation that you can't really judge intention on because they already lost a player and need to try and clutch it out, because this is a pretty powerful place to hold if they do manage to actually hold it, but that was kind of like a desperation Nano. Still though, 2 Nanos onto Hawksall. Interesting choices so far. Are we meant to see the gameplay? No, you have to do exclamation mark owl stream or multi-stream. I'm not sure what our command is today. But you either have to open up the main stream in like a different browser tab or use multi-stream or something like that. Okay. Stitch still has his bubble. I want to go back. Stitch used I guess the timing on that. The timing on that. Go back to Anna, Vancouver. No. Spark playing Sombra, so they just kind of like accepted that they got hacked and moved forward anyway. They got Godsby to recall. Gods is at 50%. Recalled into a combat position and then got flailed by Hanzhou. Oh, man. Godsby thought he was cheeky. Godsby was like behind, decloaked to try and like get a hack or disrupt or farm or whatever it was, and then recalled into a window and just ate a Hawksall flail to the face. Unlucky, my dude. Usually if you're going to be doing that, it's perfectly fine to just like recall into that position, then you get the Harmony Orb and you could usually be able to survive and maintain your like combat effectiveness, like your uptime. But just did not expect the Hawksall flail to the face. Whip shot. Are both teams just speed running Kings Row? Is that what we're doing today? We're just speed running? Hi, chat. Welcome to Games Done Quick 2019 Overwatch League Edition. Okay, while the payload's pushing, I think we'll have some time to read some donations. Yeah, Soul Healer, thanks for the 200 bits, and Wacky Gons, the Prime for 6 months. Remember that we do have some stretch goals coming in. Okay, Vancouver Titans is getting to the next point. This is a pretty difficult area. You got to get some button pressing combos pretty quick in order to quick your time. They are just a couple seconds off the world record time. This is a pretty good run. So let's make sure we get those donations to support those kids. Keep coming in. Okay, Vancouver Titans. GDQ. I think it's exclamation mark OWL stream. I'm not sure why it's not multi-stream today. Have you watched Hawksall play Genji? He was calling for Nano when he was 3% on his ult. What? I don't understand why that comment is, but hey. Have you seen the Havana stuff in the launcher? If you click on it, you get a full article website. Really? I'll check that out after this. Did the bot break? Godsby recalled right into an angry bumper. Okay. We're just speedrunning Kings Row, boys. Speedrunning Kings Row. Is this the world record? 518. Is this world record? World record? Tell me what the world record is. It's a world record? They did. You're gonna go to break instead of telling me if it's a world record? Come on, League. Come on. It's Rialto all over again. Oh no. It would be fun if they get a second world record. It would be fun to do like an analysis of their world record runs. That would be fun. That would be fun. I just like...
Do you think the Outlaws will win any games other than against the Fuel? I am still hard stuck in bronze.
What? The Outlaws can't win against the Fuel. We only play once this season, and it's in Dallas. Yeah, world record. Woo! World record. 516. 5:16 world record.
Comes out, does nothing, and Bumper kills him with a fire strike. Yep. Truly amazing.
This is me clapping. Spark on the attack. Still a ton of time in the time bank for them. So we could still go a ways on this one. It all depends on if Vancouver Titans can tighten up that defense.
Okay.
I think they're going to be a little bit more aware of how
Spark scouting with the Hanzhou, then swapping to Lucio. Okay. Zenyatta Goats. Yes! The Titans are back onto Ana. Okay, Twilight. Tell me your secrets. All right, keep your secrets. What is Twilight doing? Twilight's playing between Hotel and Alley. Hawksall was scouting Hotel. Okay. What you doing? Where's the nade coming out?
You do have to respect the Hanzhou Sparks' ultimate economy and punishment, because punishment
Okay.
so credit to them.
Titans just pushing back to the Hotel corner. Spark taking that space that was so kindly gifted to them. Bumper pushing back in, getting bubbled. It's matched by a bubble. Stitch pushes them back.
Bumper a little bit low there.
They tried for a nade on Brig.
Ana on the other side.
Interesting.
The tank's better overall healing. You see how the Spark have to wait because they're healing with
Okay, where's this nade going?
that with Brigida is going to be lower with the Lucio.
I think Twilight's in Hotel right now, isn't he? Ooh, nice reactive trance, though. There's the nano boost to save Bumper. So that nano boost was to save Bumper. He's still discorded. They're just going to use that for soft reset. Huge anti-nade. That's going to be probably a speed boost. Right to the choke. They're not going to push it through. Okay, Twilight playing pretty well. Twilight playing pretty well. Yeah, flank nades from Hotel. I think that's what he was looking for. But Bumper found a shatter opportunity, landed two, but it was reactively tranced by Bebe. I like how reactive trances, like a year or 2 years ago, were just like the biggest PogChamp thing ever. And now it's like just pretty standard for pros to pull them off. Pretty crazy. Okay, where's Twilight? Boom, anti, you're all dead.
And yeah, that bio grenade from Twilight setting up an easy team fight win there. IDK is
Okay.
but that's fine.
Landed a nade on that grab, that's big.
Window. Why not use the Graviton Surge aggressively? You have that biotic grenade. Twilight is having such a good match.
I wonder if Rhea's just out of practice on tracking Ana nades. You know, it actually got to a point during the Ana Goats meta where Divas had to track like the cooldown of Biotic Nade pretty much continuously. That was a huge mental strain on most Diva players. Bumper got booped up, so he got blocked. He got booped in by IDK, I'm pretty sure about. Okay, where's Hammer? Only lands one, and that's going to be barriered. That's good. And it's coming out on Hawksall again. And Hawksall doesn't have Rally, but he'll have it soon. Gets booped into it. He's going to survive that. Johnny takes out Rhea. So that's 3 times now they've nanoed Hawksall.
Twilight having none of it with a kill on IDK. Sleep dart. That's right. Hanzhou
Good.
without more members of their team and Vancouver Titans.
Usually I'm not a fan of Hawksall's Brigida, but that was a pretty good series of events there for him. Ever since ever since the Kongdu Panthera versus Runaway final in Korean Contenders, I always thought that Hawksall was like the worst player on the team. He's always like just not impressed me to the same level that the other players have. I know he's like a fan favorite and super popular, but like, what is the saying? Like still water or something like that? Where there's a lot of pros who can kind of just like keep their relevance because they used to be good, and as long as they don't go into the territory of actually being bad, they still kind of like just carry on through their reputation. Not to say that Hawksall's bad in any regards, but I do think he's probably the worst player on the team. Which is honestly saying something in its own.
Spark get back to the point. They're trying to do it. They managed to contest just at the last moment, but overtime expiring already. Kushui back in the fray. Sound barrier now.
Okay.
And that's good.
Oof. He had bubble too. Stitch, stay up. Do they have a ult for that? They don't. Oh, they got pooped into it. Nice. Bumper got counterpinned. He's still got the nade on him, but they weren't able to get any heals through that. Bebe's in trouble. Stitch has got him. And the nano onto Stitch just for the cleanup. Beautiful hold. Beautiful.
Titans are just so good. I mean, you look at the way they set up these fights. It's like, okay, what do we have available?
Please fix the beard. Oh, sorry.
An awesome time right now.
Better. And that really didn't do much.
So they set up the ability to eliminate Gushui right away. So they focused down Gushui to set up the shatter, which then
How you doing, Chrono?
into their ability to generate the rest of their ultimates. They always have such a
Much better.
idea when they go into a team fight of how they're going to sequence their ability.
I always thought that Youngjin, like, Youngjin, you know how, like, Mickey was the best Brigitte when Brigitte was, like, pretty new? Youngjin, actually, was my favorite Brigitte player back when I was watching Korean Contenders. Youngjin's Brigitte was, like, on a next level for quite a few months. Currently, who is the best Brigitte? That's a tougher question. But yeah, Youngjin was always a personal favorite of mine for who was like a really fantastic Brigitte player. Oh yeah, Youngjin C9'd. And yeah, he's not on the greatest team at the moment, but he's still a fantastic player. Youngjin C9 was also next level? Not wrong. Not wrong. Okay, Titans, in order to take one tick at the first point, are going to try and win it with a stylish EMP Nanoblade. I like it. I like it.
Let's be very clear. Genji is horrible against what the Hanzhou Spark are running. Like, who does he go on to, really?
Monte's just complaining about how bad Genji is. It's just like there's a huge amount of beefy targets. They're just going to try and... They've got 5 minutes. They can be as slow and as patient as they want, or Twilight can just frag IDK. And yeah, they just want to win this with an EMP Nanoblade. Just easy. EMP Nanoblade basically counters everything in the entire game. As long as you can charge it and pull it off. You're just going for Gosby. Just, can you please just like step off the point until you can Nanoblade this? You're winning too quickly. Stop. Stop. You're almost at Nanoblade. Do it. Win with Nanoblade. Okay. They've almost got EMP Nanoblade. Just throw. Oh, they're doing it. Do it. Yes. Yes. No! He dies to Mini Diva. Pog champ. Ah, perfect. They threw it. We get to see him do it again, chat. We get to see him do it again. Yes. Vancouver just putting on a show. My friends. Okay, charge another one. So Bumper has to throw on the Pharah. Yeah, so Bumper, just kill yourself with the barrage. Don't kill Gushui. That's not the answer. Okay, Bumper, just barrage somebody. Quad DPS. Let's go, Vancouver. Quad DPS. But sad part of that is no more Nanoblade. Come on, Bumper. Good. You're on script, Bumper. Fantastic. Okay, so Bumper's playing along. Bumper's playing along. Nice. Okay. I'm sad Twilight got off the Ana because now we don't get a second Nanoblade. Just go get Ana back. Ana. That's not Ana. Get Ana back. Are they just going to EMP Blade instead? EMP Blade is about 90 times less cool than Nanoblade. No, they got Ana back. They got Ana back. Yes. Now, Bumper is just going to be aggressive and just get a ton of feeding, or they're going to EMP and win. Don't do this. Okay. Okay. So the play here is for Bumper to play like an idiot, which shouldn't be too hard for Bumper because that's basically his MO as it is. Oh, I was hoping they would go for Nano Charge really quickly. He was on the low ground. Huge blade. Can't they just play along for one? Can't they play along once? Don't you dare swap, Haxel. You mother... My fun is ruined. My fun is ruined. Boo. Okay, Vancouver has solidly went from world record pace to no longer giving the remotest of a shit. Gushui is offended that Vancouver's doing this, but there's nothing he can do about it. Wow.
They've already got this one. This is already a W in the books, right? this is kind of an extended victory.
This is technically true. They've won the series, and they don't really care about map differential. So.
We go through the hotel.
Okay. What are you using your nano on, Twilight?
Two people shattered. On the spark, no kills out of that yet, though. Gushua getting a little bit low.
Bashing Godsby. That comes out. They do have the barrier. Stitch is good. Oh, it went on to Stitch that time. High energy plus building up Grav. That's just a great decision whether it was your play or not. And the Graviton. IDK. Got to reload. Right click. Beautiful. Stitch is trying to isolate. He's right in there like swimwear. Still 4-4 right now. I think. What is going on? John is demeched.
Janu demeched. Gushua again with a pretty good primal rage to push the Titans back. Big shatter
Ooh.
side. That's a 5-player shatter. There it is. Okay.
Yeah. So after 6 minutes,
Out of 5 minutes left.
after 6 minutes, the correct solution to win first point of King's Row is bumper shatter 6. That's apparently the solution to take the first point of King's Row. I'm very disappointed we didn't see an EMP Nanoblade to clean it up. But hey, because if they had EMP Nanoblade, like the only reason that Hawksall only killed 4 with his blade, or was it 3? It was 4, wasn't it? But because the Zarya's bubble caused him to have to waste 2 slashes, right? So should have just EMP Nanoblade. It was 3? 3 with mech. Thank you. 3 with D-mech. Unluck. Almang. Almang isn't a main tank player. He's a hamster. I don't think Mono is top 5. I don't think Mono is top 5. Definitely top 10. Top 5? Debatable.
Well, sad and ill. Well, Repel down early. Welcome to Overwatch League. Godsby with a kill there. And Ojo's
What is going on here? Titans get pushed into the mega room in the tunnel, or Bumper does at least. That's a hot take, really?
Clean up there from the Hanzhou Spark. Godsby
Over Super Bumper, Gushue, and Fate?
things off.
identical comps between
Really, chat? Really? You think that's a hot take?
Popular, especially on point A here. And
You okay, chat?
it transitions so well into point B. Playing Rhine 3 into point B is sort of
Fate. Just because Fate is on Valiant. Valiant have Valiant have good individual players. Most of them. Like they have Fate in space. Both players are insane. So, just because they're on a winless organization doesn't mean they suddenly suck ass. Unless that's their thing, then hey man, what you do in the privacy of your own bedroom is up to you, but hey. Bumper back up to the high ground, trying to gain some high ground control. Ooh, Bumper wanted to kind of separate the Zenyatta, didn't quite figure it out. Ooh, he's trying to get Godsby. Get him, get him, get him. Yes. Okay, he wanted to do that to the Zen, but the Zarya is honestly very impactful as well. Yeah, Space and Fate are both nutty. Like, for whatever reason why Valiant couldn't take the pieces of their puzzle and put them together in the form of a W, that is completely separate from their players actually being good players.
Gonna go and just toss it in there. Why not? No Diva on the other side. As the self-destruct was used, and there's a double kill for Janu.
Nice.
On the Gushue and Adora. Goodbye, Godsby.
Okay, wake me up when it's something other than Winston mirror match. Winston Zen Goat's mirror match. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Any swaps? Any changes?
with that necessary protection. So Godsby,
Go back to Soldier. Please? Guys? Go back to Soldier. You did it on Oasis. It worked well. Show me some more Soldier.
Usually when your spawns are split up is in the point is taken and you still
Oh, that's why you guys were spamming Repel. I didn't even notice. Yeah, you got subbed in for Twilight. Really? I know nothing about Repel. Chat, give me the rundown on Repel.
high ground, huge advantage in the shuttle phase.
Godsby with the ground again. Waiting for a chance here. They're going to use the sound barrier. You might not even need to use the grab on this push. Or this fight, rather.
Repel good. Okay, thanks, chat. Huge analysis.
Rage right now, but he's got like no health. Bumper Stitch
Repel lets you travel 100 steps without encountering Pokemon. Oh.
Very important for the defense. Wow, he's still going, Goochway. Looking for some more advantages. We'll get
Beefy analysis coming out here from chat. Zero says, do you think that the mirror matchup is because this is actually the meta, or because teams aren't just comfortable showing what else they've worked out? So it's on, like, with the kind of some compositions countering other compositions, kind of like on paper, it's always kind of like fun to think about things in the case of like an infinite plane. If you're a mathematician, you're probably like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so if you were to think about like a map, a payload map of some variety that had absolutely no features, it was just like a flat surface. It was like Saskatchewan. If you're from Canada, you know exactly what I mean. It's just this flat object. There's no high ground, there's no stairs, no walls, no health packs, nothing.
Read the tempo/phase of a team fight.
So, in technical academia terms, it's just an infinite plane. What would be the strongest composition on that infinite plane? Either snipers or some sort of like bunker bastion comp or something like that. But as you add in features to this infinite plane, the compositions that are better or good change based on their ability to use the structures that you've added to this infinite plane, or as you get maps. So there are going to be certain maps in which Winston mirror match, like Winston Zengoat's mirror match, is going to be the correct solution for both teams. And we've been seeing a lot of things, like it is already almost guaranteed that on a very large number of maps, like quadruple and triple DPS counters goats, because the goats don't really have a position to stabilize. They can't exert objective pressure while staying alive, and the triple DPS has a lot of sightlines and flanks that they can exploit. So I don't think we're going to get to the point where a goats mirror matchup never happens, but it's going to happen in only map-dependent situations. That's like the longest possible way I could have answered your question, Zero, is that I don't think goats will ever die, and I don't think that the goats mirror matchup will ever die, but I don't think that we want that to happen, because we want like the map to dictate the variety of the game. Where did that go? Oh, it was a bit delayed, wasn't it? Okay, so the Titans swapped over to Reinhardt Ghost, which is pretty good, especially for this ending point, because like the amount of high grounds that he gets to exploit are dramatically reduced after the payload has moved past the ship. So they did that pretty well. I do want to see more ball goats. I feel like ball goats can be viable, but only really against Winston goats. I just don't know for sure yet. What's going on with Effect? He's retiring because of the reasons that he listed in his Facebook post. I don't really have more information. I don't know whether he's going to go streamer, go back to Korea, become a streamer and go back to Korea. I don't know yet. And when I know, Dallas Fuel will be the ones to tell you guys. Okay. Nice bomb, Janu. Janu just like pops it on the high ground, pushes it off, gets some nice kills. Okay, what does Titan have to try and snowball this? They've got Hammer, they've got Rally, and they've got Trance. Spark switching to good swap to the Reinhardt here. IDK's got the Barrier. They're going to be coming up onto Rally as well. So Rally for Rally, Barrier for Trance. Spark might have this. Rally's got to come out. Adora's got to get... Oh, if they don't get Trance out for that Barrier, that's going to be a pretty bad situation for the Spark. Try to do like the little cheeky 180 shatter, try and catch people off guard. Gooshway does get punished. Bomb is out, gets Stitch. Stitch has died a lot today. Stitch's first deaths on Zarya has been pretty significant. More than I would expect. I feel like Stitch is trying, like he's almost too confident, or is just trying to just style on his opponents too hard, and he just gets caught out a couple times. Maybe it's bubble discipline or something. I'd have to look at Stitch's Zarya play in like more detail to see like kind of the situations that he died first. Did they have commonalities? Was it like just pure unlucky or what? But he has died first quite a bit. Here we go. Johnny's out of mech. That's a free grab. A hammer for good measure.
The grab not really getting the Titans anything until the spark.
Oh, hey, nice. I thought the Spark were going to be doing well in that retake, but then things went not the way I expected, and Titans got an advantage, but they were still able to get the rest of their ultimates online and hold them short. Okay. So Spark could win this map. It won't matter, but Spark could win Gibraltar. This is solidly in the winnable category for the Spark. You should do an OWL Dallas Q&A. Those are always so weird. I don't like. So the problem with like talking about official Dallas stuff is that like I shouldn't be the official point of contact for like learning about Dallas Fuel news and things like that. It should come officially from the organization. But if I say anything, it's going to be like treated as official, even when it's not. So it's super hard for me to kind of like talk about official Dallas and OWL stuff. It's super difficult. Every game is winnable. Kaiser, that is a great mentality to have. Jitawid with the 200 bits says, you missed my resub message. Sorry if I'm being annoying. Having a bad day with my depression, so interacting with you guys is something that I'm trying to distract myself with. Well, I apologize for missing your message. I'll go read through and see if I can... I do see it. I'll get to it in just a moment here. But can I get some smiles for Jid? I hope you're enjoying the stream and talking to people. Hope that makes you feel better. Fondle me with the 13 months. Welcome back. Just says GR. Vezonite with the Prime for 2 months from us says, what about Mano for top 5 main tanks? I think I already answered that one. Musoka, the 1,000 bits, says, how can I better read the tempo phase of a team fight? So the first thing, if you're trying to figure out like tempo or who has an advantage, is you figure out kind of like which teams, like what the team's goal is. Does a team want to play fast or do they want to play slow? And it's kind of weird because teams that want to play fast are teams that want to kind of like posture and position without actually fighting and then take a very, very quick engagement. Whereas a team that wants to play slow wants to be like in a fight, like the fight itself, for as long as possible, which can be a little bit confusing. But identify which teams want to play slow or play fast, and then based on that, who actually was able to play their game, and ultimates can affect the tempo of the game. So if a team that wants to play fast could use an ult to increase the tempo, then they want to do that. Farm Adder with the Prime. We've got more messages. I'll get to them in a second, guys. Titans versus NYXL doesn't happen until August. Well, that's a disappointment. Okay, Gushui and the rest of the Spark trying to take the high ground, trying to take Blue Box away from the Titans. It's going to be pretty difficult. Janu knocks him off. Cooldown for cooldown. Decent trade for Vancouver. Bumper's back on the high ground. Janu's got his boosters as well. Janu will probably go back up there as soon as Bumper gets his jump back as well. Or is it going to be Bumper first, Janu second? They got to get Godsby off. Ooh, Janu's going to counter dive instead. They just gave Godsby Blue Box. Okay. Not exactly what I would want to have happen. Godsby is just free here. Free right clicks, free left clicks, graviton of his choice. And you know what? Sometimes you just want to graviton nothing just to swag on your opponents. True story. John is finally going to get to contest Godsby, but alone has to drop off immediately. Got his personal bubble out, but congratulations, I guess. This is like such a horrific position for Titans to be in. With Godsby at 100 energy on his high ground, there's just so much value over time, right? So this is the exact situation where now that kind of... This is a great segue into kind of like talking about slow and fast, right? Because Hanzhou Spark had ended up in a position where they had their Zarya on the high ground and their Zarya was getting more value over time than anything Stitch could have possibly done, that puts them in a situation where they want to play slow. Because the longer the fight goes without a resolution, the more likely it is that the Hanzhou Spark will win. Whereas the Vancouver Titans, being in a poor position, they are going to be losing like the balance of resources over time. They will be putting at more and more of a disadvantage. So the Titans have to play fast and resolve the fight as quickly as possible. Does that make sense, chat? I hope so. Okay, barrier. Graviton's out. Rally, I don't think it's going to do anything. Stitch will still die. Yeah, Stitch was in a Graviton without any kind of barriers, which makes him a dead boy. Ooh. That pin actually landed. Don't let him touch the ground! Plain hot potato with Bumper! potato, hot potato, hot potato! Oh my god, that was fantastic.
Not a lot available to the Titans right now.
Locked in his hammer animation.
For his Graviton surge compared to Stitch.
Okay, rally. Vancouver doesn't have anything that they can really use to respond to that rally. Other than the bomb. But... And they stun Adora? Yeah, they stunned Adora to make sure that bomb wouldn't hit him through the shield. Okay. I would have expected... Like, the Hanzhou Spark, the way that they should have played that is sped forward. Like, just have the confidence to go past the bomb into the squishy backline of Mini Diva plus the rest of their backline, right? But they let that bomb split them instead of kind of pushing forward with the confidence that they needed in order to kind of win that team fight. That's unlucky. Titans now, on the upside, Titans have Grav but no bomb. Wouldn't have really mattered, though, because they're playing Winston instead of Reinhardt. So it's not as hard to get through in the first place. Yeah. Ba-ba-ba.
Does have the Graviton though. Both teams have Grav and Trance, so probably nothing gonna happen out of these Gravs.
Ooh. Stitch already used his personal bubble again. Counter Gravs. Rhea was at 95% to bomb the entire time, though. So they got the counter grab. Like, they forced the counter. Rhea's triple kill! What? I was going to say, there was no real need to counter grab that if they didn't bomb, and they didn't even have bomb. So, Stitch. Yeah, Stitch not having the greatest performance. Stitch not having the greatest performance there. Like, the idea with counter-grabbing is that counter-grabbing is super effective because when the opponent launches their bomb in order to try and execute the combo, the bomb removes, by its very nature, the threat of your Graviton getting eaten because bomb, mech sort of thing. But Stitch, they obviously ult-tracked that it was there. You know, a 5% error on ult-tracking is not something you would ever correct or classify as a mistake. But, did the counter grab without even waiting for the bomb to come out.
Slugging it out. Usually it's not really ending. He does not have a lot of health remaining. Can they chase him down? Maybe. Maybe not.
They grab Stitch. Stitch is utterly deleted. Titans didn't have support ultimates to try and save Stitch, but I don't think it would have mattered, nor if they had it would I have kind of wanted them to use it to attempt to save Stitch. He was dead anyway. Caught in a Graviton. With a Zenyatta being able to headshot that target through the Graviton, or like through? Yeah, would have died anyway. Hawksaw's rally is out. Titans got a good little stabilization there. They've got it coming out. The Trance is coming out, though. No bomb, though. Well, no bomb for the Titans. Spark used the bomb, didn't find anything. Bumper gets a charge kill. Okay. 2 more fights for the Spark. First fight will have to be dry. Second fight will be chaos, unlike you've ever seen before. How do you get your beard to look so soft? I shower. That's my secret. I don't use any sort of like beard oil or anything like that. I just go to a barber once every while and shower. I know it's a weird concept, but Spark have got to fight quick here if they want to do the. I really kind of hate dry fights, but it's pretty much so Gushui is just going to immediately rally, or sorry, wow, brain. Gushui is going to immediately primal, like Rhea gets demeched. That's a disappointing finisher, Spark. Well, they'll have 3 support ultimates. But so will Titans. This fight is going to be chaos. This fight is going to be chaos. Hopefully they play slow so that we can get as many ultimates online as possible and just see a 12 ultimate fight. I don't think Gushui will get his, but we'll probably see an 11 ultimate fight here to see if Vancouver Titans 4-0 or 3-1. Play slow. Get hammer. Blocked. 1 ultimate. 2, 3. Here we go. Hold on to your pants, chat. barrier was stunned. Huxall stunned IDK's barrier.
Keep his team alive. Bouncer Shatter comes in from the Titans. IDK out of the way. Both Lucios, in fact, going down. Rhea, D-Max, things starting to look pretty good.
Slime just like straight up died with barrier.
To complete this
But IDK got stunned out of his. No.
Spark certainly showing a spark,
GG's 4-0.
but it will be the Titans with the 4-0.
I think IDK was actually stunned out of his sound barrier.
Yes, he was. He was stunned out of his barrier. Good catch, Monty.
A huge ult advantage, and they will use it to close out the
Damn. If that stun didn't come out, that would have been a lot crazier. But the stun kind of just like, you know, Slime didn't even have to use his barrier. Yeah. I don't know. If IDK had gotten his barrier off and then Slime had still died with his barrier, Spark could have won that.